Hey, everybody.
Thank you.
So oh my goodness, I saw change today.
Yes.
Welcome everybody to Having Fun with J and J. We have some things going on, boy. You guys better tune in.
We have a lot going on.
We are shifting our stuff. You have noticed we have a brand new intro, courtesy of Miss Jeanette. I love it. I love the jewelry. Let me know when I'm going to get that because I have a bracelet.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. It's Friday, and we are ready to another wonderful show. Our special guest today, Zients, and
Jen, there's something going on your side. We're
me.
hearing this. Yeah, it's your side. Because every time you talk, you go mute. And this is a live TV, guys. So you're talking and it's going live.
Oh, you know what?
Dead. Yeah, I'm not hearing you. I wonder.
Yeah, I can't hear you either, Jen.
Oh, and she's out, but she'll be right back. She'll probably be right back. So let's go ahead and introduce our guest today. Jenny was saying that we have a lot of things going on. I still hear the noise. What is going on? Can you hear it now? Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. How is it now?
Yes.
I got kicked out of my own studio. That's not nice.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was not me. I promise you.
Well, you know what? That means it wants me to be quiet, and it wants Karen to talk about her and her puppies.
I know. And I met Karen 2 years ago, right? 3 years ago? 2 years ago. And I first came back home to Florida, and I was doing vending events and stuff like that. And I find this. Actually, you were on Alignable. You found me on Alignable.
Yes.
Okay. And she says, hey, how would you like to go to a vending event and sell your products and this and that? And I said, how much? And she goes, nothing. You're a veteran. I went, wait, what? Nothing? And I went. And at first, I was going to tell her about this. At first, I was intimidated because all I saw was motorcycle people. But that ended up being the best a vending event I ever had. And then when I found out that it was for Paws of Courage, oh, that made me so happy. And she'll tell you more about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is my friend Karen from Paws of Courage. Okay.
Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Hey, I'm Karen from Paws of Courage. We are a 501c3 charity, totally volunteer run. None of us makes a dime, and we supply service dogs to veterans and first responders using mostly rescue dogs. We started the organization in 2019, so we just celebrated our 6-year anniversary, and we're growing unbelievably. We work only on donations and small grants. No one in our organization makes a dime. We are very different from some of the other organizations in that we do not have a central location. We work with trainers that are near our veterans and first responders.
Okay.
So they don't have to travel a long distance. We have a trainer that handles South Hernando County and Pasco County. We've got a trainer in Palm Harbor, Dunedin, St. Pete, Lutz, out all the way out in Sebring. We have another one in St. Cloud, and we have another one up near Ocala. So we cover a pretty good area. And none of the veterans or first responders have to have the stress of traveling hours to a particular place.
You know what? I didn't know that, Karen. I didn't know that you were in different places. I thought you was just in Newport Richie.
No, we have trainers all over the place, because let's face it, not every veteran or first responder lives in Newport Richie. You know, we just put a veteran and his dog in this week, and they're going to our trainer in Palm Harbor. The one we put on last week has a trainer out in St. Cloud. Okay, so it just makes it easier. There's other organizations where you have got to travel to a specific spot, and I find that it adds to a lot of the stress to the veterans when they have to travel long distances. So we try to make everything as stress-free as possible. And when we give them a dog, we go out, we test the dog to see if they're going to be suitable to be a service dog. And then we'll put a hold on the dog with the rescue and have the veteran or first responder come in and meet the dog. And that's really important, because we want the dog to say, I want this person, as much as we want the person to say, I want this dog.
Oh, so instead of I've seen this online where instead of the person choosing the dog, you let the dog choose the person.
Well, we want them both to choose each other. And if they mesh and get along good, that's great. You know, see, a lot of dogs, when you have PTSD, you give off a particular scent. And a lot of dogs can smell that, some dogs can't. Of the dogs that can smell it, some of them are afraid of it, and others go to that person and want to comfort them. You know, to give you an example, like yesterday, my PTSD was just through the roof. And Max laid in bed with me. I had the computer on my lap, but Max was next to me with his head in my lap. You know, he knew I needed him. So, you know, that's part of the process where they both have to say, I want this. We want each other.
Right.
And then we don't assume that the veteran or first responder will have everything for their dog. So we supply them with a service dog and training vest, 6 months of heartworm and flea, 30-pound bag Pro Plan, toys, bowls, tags to put on their car where it says service dog on board, a tag to put on their front window. You know, service dog on premises may not be vested, because let's face it, they don't wear their vest when they're at home. You know, so we try to provide them with everything. We pay the adoption fees. The dogs come neutered or spayed, up to date with their shots. You know, and this doesn't come free to us.
Right.
I mean,
so how do you get funded? Like, I don't think I heard it, but how did all this get started?
We get donations. We get small grants. We just had an organization today. It's an off-road organization that chooses 2 charities a year to raise funds for, and they're expected to raise about $10,000 for us this year.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And then we have, yeah, that's incredible. And then we had the Newport Richey Elks held a concert. We were one of the, it was a charity concert, and we were one of the organizations. So we got $1,000 donation there. God bless Susan Hausler from One Hope Wines. If nobody has ever had One Hope Wines, they give back. We have a regular check. It's not huge all the time, but a regular check coming in every month from One Hope Wines.
Wow, that's great to know and see.
Karen, what is your actual setup? I know my daughter actually had a husky that she could not keep. She had it from a puppy, and she had to move, and she had no place. And we had a friend that had a husky rescue, and her dog went to a vet with PTSD in Texas. Who was an Army Ranger, I think, and his dog had passed. And he and Max, they just hit it off and had a wonderful time. But do you have a central place where you keep dogs, or you just pull the dogs from the shelter and then hook them up with the?
No, we don't just pull a dog from a shelter. We have the different shelters and the different rescues that we will notify when we have a veteran or first responder that needs a dog. And they will suggest different dogs to us, and then we go out and we test them. We test them for noise, we test them for motion. We see how they react to my PTSD and one of my board members' PTSDs. And if that works, then we bring the veteran in to meet the dog.
Okay.
And if it's not a match, we don't adopt that dog. If it's a match, we adopt the dog. Now, when we adopt a dog for a veteran or first responder, we own the dog. And that's for the protection of the dog as well as the veteran and first responder. And we have had to pull 2 dogs which isn't that bad, over the last 6 years for abuse, because we will not allow abuse of any dog. You know, so our process is a little bit different than some of the other organizations. You know, there are organizations out there that train a service dog, you pay $30,000, and they say, here's your dog. Well, how do you know that you and that dog are going to bond? You don't. So we want the dog, and I'm just going to use the term veteran to shorten things up. We want the dog and the veteran to bond.
Okay.
And they train together. So they become an actual service dog team. And we take the training through public access. All of the dogs that we rescue are registered under the AKC PAL program. And we have one right now going for his AKC Good Puppy. Puppy Max is only 3 months old. And then we have another one that's going for his AKC Canine Good Citizen. And they'll go all the way through Canine Good Citizen Advanced or Canine Good Citizen Urban. And then they will be tested by our lead trainer for public access. And they are then issued a public access letter, and even issued a letter for TSA to allow them on the planes.
So the steps that a veteran will have to go is, I want a dog. if I want a dog, what is the first step that the veteran is supposed to do, or the person that wants the dog is supposed to do?
They have to send us their email address and telephone number, and then we will send them an application. We do all of that via email. I do talk to them on the phone to see, if there's any real concerns that we need to be aware of, and to make sure. Here's the big thing: you got to make sure the spouse is on board with this. I can't tell you how many times I've had veterans, and women don't take this wrong, but I've had veterans, he really needs a dog for his PTSD or for his mobility issues, and the wife has a friggin' little fluffy in her pocket, and she doesn't want any other dog in the house, and she puts her foot down and says no. So, I mean,
Really, that's wild.
Yeah.
oh, it happens. It happens more often than not. And Jeanette, you'll be interested to know that women veterans are the last ones to step up and admit they need help.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's particularly those that have had sexual trauma. They just don't want to admit they need help. We only have 2 female veterans in our program, and we've had a couple of female police officers, but they came to us with their own dog, and they dropped out when they saw all the work that was involved. And a lot of the veterans, male or female, when they come to us with their own dog, they drop out because it's a lot of work. You've got weekly training sessions. You've got to work with your dog in between the training sessions. And some of them, when they see what's really involved, they just decide it's not worth it for some reason. Now, interestingly enough, when we give somebody a dog and they know we can pull that dog from them if they don't take it to training, they go to training.
Yeah.
And you're spending an hour a week going to training.
And what's involved in the training?
Everything from good manners with the dog to up to scent training. The dog has got to learn all of the good manners to be able to be what I call a good public citizen. And a veteran can't have a dog that he wants to take out to a restaurant or something, and the dog's jumping on tables, stealing people's food. That is not a trained dog.
Okay.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen.
I think what people also need to understand too is, we all have puppies or dogs or as pets, but these are just like a dog that was used for the blind. When they're working, they're working.
Yes.
They're supposed to be there for whoever they're working with, or what vet or first responder or even anybody with a disability.
Right.
The dog's first job is to take care of that person. So that's why they have the little jackets and things, because people always want to pet a puppy or a dog. They always want to do that. But it's very important to understand that dog is not.
Yeah, you can't pet them when they're working.
Yeah, I have a vest for mine, and believe it or not, my dog is Chihuahua Terrier mix, and just because she's little, they think that can be a service dog. In people's mind, they think that a service dog has to be a big German Shepherd, and it's not. If you look at my dog, nobody expects her. And I always say I love my Laverne because She is small, but she's feisty and she's very protective. Very
Yeah.
protective. And when I put her in her purse, she automatically, if somebody comes next to me, she will take out their teeth. And I happened to have that experience with her when I was in Dollar General, and she was in my purse because she loves shopping with me. And she's wearing her uniform and everything, and she's turning around and she's growling, and she don't do that. And I go, "What's wrong, Laverne?" And then when I go like this, there was a man. He was creepy looking. He was right behind me, and she
Yeah.
did not like him. So I
Yeah.
left to the other aisle, and here she comes again, and she turns around fully this time, and she's still barking. I looked at the man behind me again. I said, "Sir, are you following me?" You know, so it's never estimate a small dog. Okay. And
Mm.
they do make those vests for small dogs because I have one and it fits her like a charm. And people laugh at her, and I'm going, yeah, that's what they said to me too, because I was a tiny soldier. I was only 4'8", but I was feisty.
Right.
So yeah.
Here's for PTSD, a dog doesn't have to be big.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It
Mm-hmm.
just has to respond to their veteran. Now, if the veteran has mobility issues, yes, you're going to need a bigger dog,
Mm-hmm.
because if they fall and they need a, a, a big dog to help them get up or something, or
Mm-hmm.
just to steady them, the dog's got to be tall enough that the veteran only has to put their hand down on the dog.
Right.
But that's what when we get an application in and the veteran needs a dog, we will go out and do what we call a home inspection. I don't care about dust or anything else. What we're making sure is that there's nothing in the house that is going to be detrimental to a dog. And we want to meet the family to make sure that the whole family is on board with this. Like I said, we've had wives say, "I'm not letting another dog in this house. This is my baby." So we really try to cover all of our bases, and you have to be very, very careful. If we have to be careful even with the questions we ask. We're not allowed to ask a lot of different
Okay.
questions. So uh,
And
it's kind of,
how long is the process from the point that a veteran asks for a dog for them to get it?
it all depends upon the availability. To give you an example, we had a veteran that had very specific wants in a dog. Well, it took us months to find the type of dog he wanted that didn't have a bite history, was good with small dogs, because there were a lot of requirements there. So sometimes it happens immediately. Other times it can take a couple of months, because we do a lot of vetting on these dogs. If the veteran has small children, we want a dog that's under a year old or a dog that has small child history.
Okay.
If they have cats in the house, we need a dog that's good with cats. If they have other dogs, we need a dog that's good with other dogs, whether they be big or small. So every situation is different, and we gear what is needed to the situation.
So, Karen, if somebody in another state sees this and wants to do a chapter or do the same thing or belong to your organization where they are, is that possible? Are you just in the Florida area?
We're basically just in the Florida area. I've never looked into setting up chapters in other states.
Just
I don't
because
even-
Texas has a very big retired veterans and law enforcement here. And we have
Right.
a lot of huge, medical hospital. So I'm sure that there's a need for it there.
I'm sure there is, and I was contacted by someone from Texas last year asking me how to set up an organization like mine, and I communicated back and forth with her for quite a while, but then never heard anything. I would say I would prefer our organization just to stay in Florida, because I'm very tight-reined with the oversight on how things are done. That's how we maintain the quality control we've got, which everybody raves about.
So
but-
how long have you had this Pause of Courage? What was it? I know I only know you for 2, but how long have you actually been in business with the Pause of Courage?
6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, we got our 501c3 October 19th, 2000, October 9th, I don't know, sometime in October 2019. So we just celebrated our 6 years. And prior to that, I was with another organization that they put me on the board. And my first board meeting, I found out that the president wanted a $40,000 a year salary, and she owed all sorts of money, wasn't paying her trainers, and admitted the only reason she started the organization was to make a salary. And in 3 years, she'd only helped 2 veterans. So that's when I resigned, and I went and I set up Pause of Courage. Actually, it was Battle Buddies, but we got hit with a cease and desist by a Battle Buddies up in the state of Washington, who somehow managed to trademark the common military term.
And it's very common because we use that phrase, like me and Jeffrey, we're both veterans. He's 30 years, we're 26. So he said, I always say, he's my battle buddy. So,
right. I don't know how this woman managed to trademark it. But when we were on, I was on a podcast, the Dog Tag Diva, that went out over Armed Forces Radio. And then I was a national speaker at All First Responders Matter Chaplains National Conference. And after this national recognition, we got hit with a cease and desist.
There's always something, but you kept going. So you changed the name to now what we very well known is Pause of Courage.
Yes, and I'll tell you how we did that. It was interesting. We held a contest on our Facebook page for names, and the girl that came up with Pause of Courage that won the contest got to name our next rescue dog, which she did.
Okay.
So, we actually wound up with more supporters after what was happening to us went public.
Wow.
Because like one said, one of my friends that runs another organization out of Orlando said, well, she hit you with that because if you go look at her reviews and you go look at yours, she doesn't have a single good one. So,
you know what? I think the name suits it better. First of all, the pause lets you know it's dogs, because battle buddies can be people or anybody.
Right.
So, and it also covers doing first responders and other law enforcement. So I think Pause of Courage actually is a better.
Yes.
Yeah,
It is.
I think it is too. I love it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a pause right now because I'm gonna hit the
Pause.
commercial. I know we're gonna take the
Take a
pause right
PAWS.
now.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and take a pause right now, and we'll be back after these commercials. When we come back, we're gonna meet Matt. And I'm dying to meet Matt. So we'll be back after these commercials. Stand by, okay?
Hey there.
Okay.
Hey there, and welcome to the Battlefield Artisans show on the Creative Spirit channel. I'm Jeffrey Beaver, Army veteran with 30 years of service, and I've been woodturning ever since retiring 12 years ago. I run Beaver's Workshop, where I craft some pretty amazing custom pieces. And this is my awesome co-host, medically retired Jeanette Jordan.
Thank you, Jeffrey. After 20 years in the Army, I'm now the proud owner of creation of the Heart Archcond, where I get to create custom resin clocks, coasters, and much more cool stuff.
Yeah, and when I say cool, I mean seriously awesome. But what really makes this show special is our shared love for crafting and the stories that come with it. So, we're throwing out an open invitation. If you're active duty or retired military, or even a family member of someone who is serving now, or served and you love to craft or create, we'd love to have you on the show. Come share your passion with us.
That's right, we're all about building a community of crafters, artisans, and creators who have a story to tell. So, hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey.
And please, subscribe to join the Battlefield Artisans family on the Creative Spirit channel.
Inspirational poetry book, Flutter of an Eye by Tammy Spears. One life. We only have one life in this world to live. God gave it to us as our gift to Him. Cherish each day as it is your last because, as we know, they go way too fast. The gift of life God gave to you, to live, to give, to have and share. For He gave it to you on the cross that He bared. Inspirational poetry book, Flutter of an Eye by Tammy Spears. Books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Etsy, Universe.com.
Welcome to Infinite Pharmacy, where compassionate care meets professional excellence. Infinite Pharmacy is a trusted, locally owned pharmacy, proudly serving the new Port Richey, Florida community with personalized attention and modern healthcare solutions. Under the leadership of pharmacist Priya Patel, every patient is treated with respect, dignity, and individualized care. Infinite Pharmacy is veteran-friendly, honoring those who have served with thoughtful support and dedicated service. They provide affordable prescriptions, fast service, and a welcoming experience that makes every visit feel valued. You'll find them at 7512 Congress Street, Newport Richey, Florida, 34653. Convenient, accessible, and ready to serve.
This Valentine's Day, love isn't just something you give. It's something you live, rooted in faith, guided by purpose, and carried in every step you take. We believe in faith. Faith in God, faith in the work of your hands, and faith in the person you're becoming. With strength earned and hope renewed, love isn't flashy. It's thoughtful. It's intentional. It says, you matter. Without needing to say anything else, honor means standing by your values, honoring your story, your journey, and taking a moment to honor yourself. In this season of life, for this Valentine's Day, enjoy 10% off every order. To celebrate love that is thoughtful, not rushed. For gifts that are made, not mass-produced. And to add moments that matter long after this day has passed. For this Valentine's Day, choose meaning. Beaver's Workshop is crafted with hands full of love and care. Guided by faith in God. Built on loyalty, duty, respect, honor, integrity, and selfless service. Values that never fade. And are felt in every detail.
We've all been there, searching for the perfect words and the perfect card in a generic greeting card aisle and getting frustrated. Well, stop searching and start connecting. Welcome to Miss Craft Princess Designs. Our greeting card monthly subscription includes a birthday, thank you, thinking of you, get well, and sympathy card. Our cards are made of high quality materials, including cardstock, beautiful pattern papers, stamps. Many of them are hand colored. Each one comes with an envelope making it ready for gifting, and they will be treasured for a lifetime. You can get the subscription as a one-time or a monthly subscription. For further information, visit our website at www.misscraftprincessdesigns.com. And remember, giving a handcrafted greeting card is like giving a hug.
All right.
Hi.
Those are vendors and sponsors, and we just love sharing Michelle, Karen, I think from your end, I think you need to lower the volume. I think it's coming from your end.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's pretty airy. But that's what we say. We say we're real. Whatever happens, happens. But so Karen, thank you for joining us again. This is Karen from Paws of Courage, and we're gonna go ahead and meet one of her Paws of Courage, right? And his name is Max. So this is Max.
Roxy, stop. I'm sorry, that's my daughter's little dog. Here you go. Good boy. Come on. Up.
There's Matt.
This is Max. Max is a 6-year-old Handmade. He stop. He is he's a certified service dog. His daddy was a World War II veteran who passed away last year, and the family couldn't take care of him any longer. So they asked me if I'd take Max, and Max and I bonded the first time I met him. So I'm sorry. Dogs are wanting to go out. Yeah, so Max lives with me now, and he's my service dog. And we are actually having him dual certified as a therapy dog because he loves people. He's wonderful. I take him to my local VFW, and he loves on all the veterans there and their spouses, and they all love him. And once I actually have him certified, I'll be able to take him to other veteran events, like the Elks Club has a veteran group that gets together once a month. And it's, like coffee with a veteran, but, they've asked if I could bring Max in. So that's one of our dogs. Now, did I mention earlier that getting a dog from us and all of the training and everything else never costs a veteran or first responder a dime?
You did. You sure did. And we
say it again.
I love, yeah.
Yeah, we never charge them anything. I mean, if they want to donate, a few bucks, that's fine. We prefer that they actually volunteer to help at events. We have an event we're going to on Sunday and have a booth at the Suncoast Brotherhood, which is one of those motorcycle groups that intimidated you. They're holding a chili cook-off, and they're
actually all a bunch of big old softies that like to ride bikes.
They support us, so we support them. But we need volunteers. We need local volunteers to help us do different events, because that's where we meet a lot of our veterans or the veteran spouses that says, "Oh, my wife or my husband could really use your services." And we have a Veterans Connect event on the 21st that's hosted at the American Legion in Land O'Lakes, and absolutely zero of my volunteers have stepped up to help out at that. So you got two 73-year-old ladies that are setting everything up.
Mm.
Are you? Everybody go to your. I noticed that you're working on your website, but can everybody go to your Facebook page to find you?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, it's just Facebook / Paws of Courage, all one word, and anybody can find us there.
And we're going to put her on the. We're going to put her on the Creative Spirit Channel website. As soon as you get your website up, we'll attach that to your website so people can find you there. But I'm going to go back a little bit because I want to just make this clear. So if there's somebody, I know your chapters are in Florida, but if there's a chapter, if there's a person in another state, can they call you to come to Florida to pick up a dog? So if there's
No.
They have to be a Floridian resident.
Yeah, because we test the dogs, and then we set up a meeting between the veteran and the dog. And I'm not just going to have someone from out of state come in, and I have no control over the training of the dog or anything. I'm a little bit of a control freak in wanting to maintain a certain standard of excellence. You know, now, if someone in another state wants to set up a program similar to ours, I'd be more than happy to walk them through how to do it. You know, I just don't know if that girl that was from Texas ever did anything. I do know that the Texas, the Texas shelters are very, very difficult to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to pull a dog for a friend of mine from a Texas shelter. Wasn't even going to necessarily be a service dog, but they refused to let me do it. And she fell in love with this dog on the internet.
You know, Texas actually has a big problem with stray dogs. A lot of people, for some reason, especially coming up from Mexico, they'll bring the dog up and drop the dogs. So a lot of the shelters are overwhelmed, and we do have a few no-kill shelters, but I think there are a lot of overwhelmed. A lot of people too. They buy the dogs that they can't handle, and they don't control them, and they're big dogs, and they throw them out of their car or whatever. And and so, I can see that, but so people can find you on Facebook. What are other outreaches that you do during Florida? Just you do the pop-up things and you do VFW.
Yeah, but we're personally, I'm auxiliary member of VFW and American Legion. As a matter of fact, the American Legion riders are supporting us now with their rides. I'm Eagles and I'm Elks. So, you know, we go to the different events. We actually have a big event that we're doing on April 25th.
Yes, I will be there.
Yes.
I will be there.
Jeanette has a table.
We're gonna get some videos so we can show it on the channel.
Yes, I definitely
Yeah, we're April 25th is our Structure Stuff car, bike, and vendor expo at the VFW Chester McKay in Newport Richey. To be a vendor, there's absolutely no charge. You just have to supply a raffle basket. One table per vendor. We supply the table and one chair. And if any of the cars or bikes want to be judged, it's a $15 fee. And we have trophies. We have a food truck on site. We have the bar open in the hall where all the vendors are going to be. And we have partnered with another organization to do this called Veterans United Support Center.
I heard about them. I know about them.
Yeah. Well, they help veterans with the VA process at absolutely no charge to the veteran.
Wow. Okay.
You know, like they, one of our veterans who passed away, they helped his wife get her spouse benefits. We have another veteran that is having runarounds with medical with the VA. Ron is helping them. So we've worked back and forth several times over the years, and we've partnered with them for this event. It's probably going to be the biggest event we've ever tried.
Wow.
We have a great DJ that is doing the music and everything. He's very well known in the car and bike community. It's DJ Brian Aiken, and he draws a lot of people. And Jeanette, don't be overwhelmed by all the bikers that are going to be there.
She tells me that because I'm going to tell you what happened, okay? Now, I always got to have an experience to share on our show. So what happened is 2 years ago, I went and she invited me, and this is my first time with her doing this event. And I'm setting up, and all of a sudden, I see the bikers come in. Not that I have anything against bikers. I love them, you know, but I said, getting a large feedback from that. I don't know what that is, but I saw the bikers and I was like, I think I'm in the wrong vending event. They're not gonna buy or care what I have. And sure enough, I made the best sales that day. And I met a couple of bikers that I became really close with that I still keep in contact, and I love them. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So believe it or not, if you're a vendor and you want to go ahead and vend at this is the best event ever. I get to meet a lot of veterans. I get to meet a lot of bikers that care about the community. And I get to meet a lot of Christian bikers too, believe it or not. And I also love the way they do things, and they have a lot of things for sale. Every vendor, I mean, the one that I went to had vendor things for dog chains and things like that. Great place to get gifts, you know, for birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. So I'm really excited on just being part of April 25th, which happens to be my daughter's birthday, by the way. So I'm not going to forget that.
I'm glad you're going because you can get the whole skinny on the whole thing.
Yes.
Well, every vendor is unique to their product. Okay, as Jeanette will tell you, we have no two vendors selling the same exact thing because we want everybody to be successful. And the more successful you are, the more you're going to come back and do our events.
Yeah.
And
well, with that being said, I always give an inspirational word, and I decided to do a dog poem because of what, you know, of what we're talking about. I decided to do this dog poem, and I found that it was so cute. It was written by Daniel Turner, and it's named My Dog. So here it is, the poem. Every time you look at me, brown eyes say, I love you. When you're lying next to me, your snuggles say it too. That soft brown skin, inviting smell, I pull you into me tighter. I hope you know, somehow can tell. You make my days much brighter. So playfully, you steal a kiss like a child. I wipe my face. What have I done to feel such bliss? This gift of amazing grace. Each day you show me in some way the meaning of true love. For you, my friend, each night I pray and thank you from the Lord above.
Oh,
that is so nice.
Yeah.
That is so nice. Well, you know what dog is spelled backwards, right?
God.
Yes.
And you know,
And
in the
he
Bible
sent
it
them
does
to
say,
Earth without wings, so no one would realize that they are so special.
yes, and it does say in the Bible that God created the creatures of this earth to be our companions. Not all of them, because I wouldn't want an alligator next to me. But these
Alligators.
four-legged, I know, right? These four-legged creatures are the most beautiful, cuddling thing. They get spoiled more than I do. My dog yesterday happened to go for a spa day. Ask me when I've ever been to a spa day and got paid for it for my husband. And does he ever pay for a spa day for me? I mean, really, you know? So, with that
Only,
being
only
said,
the
my
puppies.
dog gets spoiled. Hmm.
Well, Milo gets his lavender mud mask and his nails done, and you know, I'm like, "Where's mine? I don't get it because I'm taking it."
No, the dog gets it.
You know,
No.
Karen, what you do is so important, and you have the outreach to the community in the state of Florida, and I'm sure all the vets and the first responders really appreciate you. People don't understand how important and how special these dogs are to their buddies. And I will tell you from experience, when my daughter had to give up her dog, it would almost killed her. And he gave it to this gentleman, again, Army Ranger, and she looks back. They send pictures of the dog to her. Max is living a life in a ranch in Texas. He is so loved by everybody. His the story was that she said, "Mom, Max just every time I get up, he puts his head on my pillow, and I come back and he's taking over my whole bed." And she thought, I don't know who's going to want this dog, you know. Well, that's what he needed, because he needed someone to alert him when he sleeps, because he has nightmares and he had PTSD going. So the fact that Max was comfortable and knew what to do, it made it so much easier. And he just adores this dog. And the dog, I told her, I said, would you rather have him in a condo doing nothing, or would you rather have him out there helping someone and living his best life on a ranch in Texas? Yeah. And so this gentleman was so happy with his dog, and Megan did a very, very selfless thing by giving the dog up to someone who could actually have such grace in the dog and such love and care. So people, it's really important. If you know a vet in Florida, a first responder, give Karen a call, contact her through Facebook. Hopefully her site will be up soon, and connect with her, and I'm sure she'll be able to find you a beautiful buddy to hang out with and to help you traverse this life. And you can't do any better than if you do it with a dog.
I agree. Let me tell you something. Max, as Jeanette knows, because she saw me 2 days before at the last event, I had a double mastectomy 2 days after the event that she was at. And I still have massive chest pains when the weather changes and everything. And Max knows when I'm in pain and comes to comfort me. So I can't tell you how important a dog is to comfort everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we have a couple of first responder chaplain therapy dogs that we've trained, and particularly two at Largo Fire Rescue and Clearwater Fire Rescue. And when the crews go out on bad calls, they have a debriefing session afterwards. Well, the chiefs call the chaplains in with the therapy dogs to help the team work through everything. Yeah. And I can't tell you what both Harley and Rudder have accomplished in those meetings. You know, getting somebody to open up and talk when they weren't willing to.
Right.
So, but I can talk for hours about all this.
Yes, and right now
time.
we do have to end up with a close. So everybody, this is Paws of Courage. This is Karen. She is located out of Newport Richey, Florida. Please call her if you need anything or if you want a service dog. Huh?
Donate.
Yeah, and donate. Yes. We will get her information up and Adam right after the show. I'll put it on the every link on all our social media and on the TV. I'll make sure that that's on there so you can reach out to her. And if you want to donate to this beautiful cause, please do so. She'll have a pay link up there as well. Right now, this comes to the end of our weekly show, Having Fun with J&J. Karen, thank you so much for just being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And I know I can't wait to April 25th now. I'm excited and I am gonna take the video. And if I can go live, I will. You know me. I'm
wonderful. And I sent you a flyer for that.
Oh, you did? Okay. I'll make sure I put it up there. Yes. So right now we're gonna say goodbye until next time.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
We'll see you next week with another show with Having Fun with J&J.
Have fun this weekend. Happy Valentine's Day.